So now I want to work on something called a divisional income statement. And this is a situation where we have tech support. They have cost of $516,000. Purchasing department has $89,600 and they have other corporate administrative expenses and total corporate expenses. Well, what happens is tech support charges the consumer and the commercial division by services rendered based on computers. So for the tech support in the consumer division, they have 375 computers. Commercial has 225 for a total of 600. Purchasing is based on number of purchase orders. So for consumer, they produce 1,960 purchase orders. Commercial use 3,640 for a total of 5,600 purchase orders. And what we need to do is we need to do just a basic income statement, nothing new that we've never had in the past. We're going to do a basic income statement, and we're going to allocate the tech support and the purchase order charges to each of the divisions. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. So consumer division, all this information was provided. They have revenue of $7,430,000. I got that from over here. Might as well look at commercial. They had revenue right here of $6,184,000. The cost of goods sold was $4,123,000. That was provided here. And $3,125,000. Nothing new that we haven't experienced so far. Your gross profit, remember that's your revenues minus your cost of goods sold. So I'm going to do that for both of them. Revenues minus cost of goods sold. Our operating expenses. So we had operating expenses for consumer at $1,465,000. Commercial division, we had $1,546,000. So then our income from operations before we do the service department, that is just your gross profit minus your operating expenses. Again, hopefully this is nothing new. We've done this probably a million times over. So now here's where we need to do the allocation. Okay, they're showing up here that we have $516,000 of expenses for tech support. Okay, and remember I told you that tech support charges the division for services rendered based on the number of computers. So what we need to do here, we need to take that $516,000. We need to divide it by the 600 units and then times it by the 375 computers, because that's how many computers the consumer department has. Let's do it again for the commercial. Okay, we take that $516,000, we divide it by 600. Pretty much that is telling us that if we take 516,000, we divide it by, let me do that real quick in my head. Well, okay, in the calculator. 516,000, we divide it by 600. That's $860 per computer. Commercial division has 225 computers in their department. So you times that times the 225, you're going to get $193,500 for computers. Now, purchasing department, they allocate based on purchase orders. And consumer division produced 1,960 purchase orders. Commercial did 3,640 for a total of 5,600. So first we need to divide the 89,600 by the 5,600 to see what it is per purchase order, and then we'll times it by the consumer purchase orders for the consumer division, then we'll go back and do it for the commercial division. So let's go ahead and do that. Again, I'm going to take the 89,600. I'm going to divide it by 5,600. That will tell me how much each purchase order was. I take it times my 1,960 for the consumer division. So they have a cost of 31,360. If I go to the commercial, we will do this one more time. We will take the 89,600. We will divide it by the 5,600 because we want to know how much per purchase order. And then we take it times the commercial division did 3,640 purchase orders. Okay. Add these two together, the 322,500, the 31,360. Add the 193,500 and the 58,240 together. Now our income from operations for our consumer division is 1,480,140, and for the commercial division we have 1,261,260. So that's allocating the different departments. Many corporations do this, schools do this, because we have different, each department has a certain amount of computers, and IT support does this. They allocate their services to each department. It's to help with budgetary expenses so we know how much we're spending. In this situation, how much was on consumer, how much was on commercial. So I hope this helps when you're working on your homework. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.